We're the Jezebels. That's
Here I come.
I want you to get up right now, go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore!
Oh, look, it's another fine edition of KEENAM. I'm Michael Keene.
I'm William Patrick Coleman.
And today, we've got more sadness.
Yeah, man. We can't seem to really... All right, that's life, first of all. I understand that. But every week, we're getting some pretty sad news. Unfortunately, we have to report a little bit on the show. And today is kind of a double dose of bad news.
Yeah.
Like just fresh, too, by the way.
Yeah, this is... I was on the way back from dropping off kiddo at school when I got the news. I guess we'll just jump right into it. Let's just rip the fucking Band-Aid off.
Wait. Let's wait in order.
In order?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't know. I have a third one that I don't know the order of. But,
I did not know there was a third one.
Yeah, there's a third one. But we'll just assume we'll you know, I'll pop the third one in the middle, and we'll save
The hard-hitting one.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, depending on your stance.
Fucking life, man. Anyway, so Dolly Parton sadly passed away at the age of 80. I know that you actually revisited one of her movies.
Yeah. Just last night. In fact, I am familiar with Dolly Parton. My mother loved Dolly Parton, but I'm not familiar with a lot of her movies. So I had two to choose from, and we'll actually get into that in the letterbox. But I did do the what is the best
Little Whorehouse.
The best little whorehouse in Texas. I chose that instead of 9 to 5 because I'm also a Burt Reynolds fan.
Oh, that's too well. I mean, I say it's too bad. I've never seen Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, but I have seen 9 to 5, and 9 to 5 is fucking next level. Nice. Oh my god.
Yeah, I will get to that eventually.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, Dolly Parton, of course, very notable for her country singing, very notable for her charity work, and next to that, a few steps down from her other many talents was a film star. Mm-hmm. She was also in Rhinestone with Sylvester Stallone.
That's actually on my watch list.
And
I should have watched that, actually.
Also Steel Magnolias, which I've never seen. Steel Magnolias.
I've seen Steel Magnolias a long time ago. Great cast.
Come to think of it, I guess the only Dolly Parton movie that I have seen is 9 to 5. I think.
Yeah, I got Steel Magnolias and Best Little Whorehouse.
Who did direct 9 to 5? Wait a second. Oh, God.
I feel like, was it the same person who directed...
Colin Higgins.
Yeah, it's the same person who directed Best Little Whorehouse.
Look at that. Huh. Now I definitely need to see the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. I didn't realize that.
I mean, we'll get to it, but I absolutely loved it.
Also wrote and produced Harold and Maude. Did not know that. Wow. Look at that. Some knowledge. Wow. Died in 1988 at age 47. What? Okay, wait. Wait. He was one of the AIDS deaths. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Okay, we went down a little rabbit hole, but point is, rest in peace, Dolly Parton.
Yeah, Dolly Parton, big pioneer in the music industry, seemed to be such a sweet woman.
Yeah, left a legacy like nobody's business.
Yeah, good on her, man. Good on her.
Well,
inspired my parents and their children and their children.
Hell, you might have been conceived to Dolly Parton.
There's a great chance.
There's a great chance. Next up, James Liu died.
Okay, this is the one
73 years old, 73 years young. He was a stuntman and martial arts actor. Saying martial arts actor actually works really well because he was one of those guys who had like bit parts and things. Like he was just like some fighter guy in Big Trouble in Little China. He was multiple fighter guys in Rush Hour, the Rush Hour trilogy.
Stuntman.
Yeah. He was a stunt guy. And he died at 73 years old. He was working For a long time. I mean, he was up until he worked on Luke Cage. He was one of the stunt coordinators or fight choreographers for that. He worked on Avengers Endgame in some capacity. I mean, he was he was this is an American born guy, by the way. He was not your typical like comes from Hong Kong, already has like this bountiful work that he brings to the table from that field. This is a guy born in LA,
from the ground up.
Yeah, quintessential American stuntman. Not as shocking is a strong word for 280-year-olds dying, I suppose. But
yeah,
not one that's going to make the headlines as much, but still a very notable figure in action cinema, and will be missed. I'm glad that what I will say. I'm glad we don't have any like tragic deaths.
No, these are all kind of
because last time it was rough.
Yeah, last week.
Of course, the hardest one to take for us is Tim Curry.
Yes,
who also died at 80 years old
this morning.
Sounds like last night. Everything says Tuesday, so at some point yesterday he passed away in LA.
This is a big hit, man. Like, and I kind of wanted to go through the list of just the greats that he's done off the top of my head. I mean, of course, Rocky Horror, Clue, Home Alone 2. One of my favorite performances of his. I, as a big movie fan and Muppet fan, have never seen Muppet Treasure Island, and that's going to be rectified this week.
Okay, yeah, you definitely need to get on that.
I think you've already chewed me out about
I chewed you out last time, I think.
So now I'm definitely on that. The legend, the guy is an actor's actor. He is easily one of the best character actors, if not the best character actor to exist.
That one Tales from the Crypt episode where he plays 3 characters.
Dude's fucking legend. Fucking legend.
I mad love for Tim Curry. Of course, the original Pennywise. He was it.
Yeah, the original Pennywise.
Was he in The Shadow? He was in one of those.
Oh, I think he was. Yeah, he was. And he was a really fun character in The Shadow. Yeah. He actually almost steals the movie. Congo. He's in Congo.
Congo?
Yeah.
Oh, Congo. For some reason in my head,
Did you forget it existed?
No, in my head, you were saying a word that started with a K and not a C. I don't know why that is. But he's the...
Stop eating my sesame cake.
Stop eating my sesame cake.
Eating my sesame cake.
Tim Curry, like, just nonstop, like, iconic performances.
Banger after banger after banger.
Very prolific. Was in quite a few duds as well as hits because he was just in seemingly everything, and always delivered.
Always delivered. I had it was an interesting story I heard literally 2 days ago. Like, this is so funny. I saw an interview about Dolly Parton the day before she had passed away, and then a little less than 24 hours later after that, I had heard an interesting Tim Curry story about how he auditioned to play Judge Doom in Roger Rabbit and got turned down because he was too scary.
Well, that's similar.
I believe it, but
he was the original person cast as the animated Joker.
And yeah, I heard that too.
And
how scary do you have to be scarier than the Joker? Tim Curry.
Fucking
awesome eyes, awesome smile, eyebrow. Like, he's just got this awesome. You know what I think of Tim Curry, and I brought up Home Alone 2 as a gag, but like, there's a shot in there where where they're watching the Grinch, and then it morphs the Grinch's smile into Tim Curry, and it's just like seamless. He would have been a great Grinch because he just has this awesome, like, evil grin and eyebrows. So I always remembered that.
Yeah,
he will be missed. He will be loved and missed, and Rocky Horror will be. I'm kind of excited for the celebrations now that are going to happen because
I just want to say, if you operate a Rocky Horror Shadowcast, and you don't use if you don't use Tim Curry as the skeleton gag, then you're a fucking monster. That is like, he has to be the skeleton, 100%. I don't know if you know the Shadowcast procedures.
I've done it. I was the manager at that cinemas where they did it, but I haven't done it in so long. I don't remember.
That's when Riff opens the. It's either a coffin or a clock. I think it's a clock, a full-on clock, and inside is a skeleton.
Yeah.
And right before that, it's, "Hey Riff, show us," and it's whoever died recently.
Oh.
And I remember I got some shit when David Bowie died. I said, "Show us David Bowie."
Why? That's cool.
It's exactly.
It's Rocky Horror Picture Show.
It's the point is to, I mean, it's one of those things that it can be either or. You can either be making fun of someone who died who you didn't like, or you can be celebrating someone
who you loved.
It just depends on who died most recently.
Oh, come on.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, like when Lindsey Graham died, I'm sure the next Rocky Horror Picture Show Shadowcast across the country, plenty of them probably did Lindsey Graham, because fuck that guy. When someone, like, especially from someone from the cast dies, oh, they got to be the skeleton. Come on. Anyway, yeah, that was the sad news for this morning. Tim Curry, no longer with us, but leaving behind a legacy like nobody's business.
Yes.
All right, let's get to news.
That's
unrelated.
We got really one big one, right?
What?
For us. We got a big one for us. Well, how many?
Yeah, Erotic Nights of the Living Dead is coming to 4K Blu-ray,
yes!
courtesy of Severin Films. Come on, get with it. Starring Laura Gimser and George Eastman. I haven't seen the Erotic Nights of the Living Dead, so I can't really say one way or the other if it's worth picking up, but it's getting a 4K upgrade, courtesy of Severin. They are also going back, and I think this, by the way, I think all this news comes from, they did an event on the 22nd, and they announced a bunch of stuff, and so I believe all of these announcements come from that event. But Gwendolyn. So Gwendolyn is a 1984 movie. This was, if I'm not mistaken, the first release by Severin on Blu-ray. And now they're finally doing a 4K upgrade of that film, of just Jackin's Gwendolyn. Great adventure story, kind of an Indiana Jones riff. And one that I highly recommend, actually. It's very entertaining. But that is, these are all coming out later this year. We don't have exact dates. Also, Russ Meyer's Cherry, Harry, and Raquel is also getting prepped for a 4K. Of course, Severin Films has been doing a lot of Russ Meyer stuff. I think they have some kind of deal with his estate. I haven't seen this one either. This is from 1969. Stars Charles Napier, as well as a few other names that I don't recognize. And Frank Bulger. Again, we don't know when it's coming out, but yet another Russ Meyer film, probably going to be overpriced, as all their Russ Meyer films have been thus far, but maybe worth it. And finally, in Severin Films news, Holocaust 2000 from 1977, starring Kirk Douglas, Simon Ward, Anthony Quayle, Virginia McKenna, Spiros Focus. And great log line for this one. An executive in charge of a nuclear power plant in the Middle East will stop his son, who turns out to be the Antichrist, from blowing it up. Holocaust 2000, coming from Severin Films. And that's all of the Blu-ray news I have. Nice and easy.
Not nice, simple, smooth. No Blu-rays, really? No other.
I mean, there are some other Blu-ray, but nothing like I think Hook is getting a special 4K.
What?
Yeah, but not like a
Spielberg's worst movie. No, I love it. He hates it. Spielberg thinks that's his worst movie.
Yeah, he does. So this is interesting. Donnie Darko.
Yeah, tell me about this. I read the headline on this.
Okay, so Richard Kelly has written an 800-page novel. Oh, for fuck's sake, 88 films release. Okay, wait a second. Let me hold on. I'm hoping this came through Blu-ray.com, maybe. No. Okay. I don't know. I don't know where 88 Films usually does their stuff, but someone tell me where 88 Films announces their new releases, unless it's just in their coming soon area. No, I don't think.
Jesus, mermaids.
I don't know if these are because I haven't checked 88 Films in a minute. Someone let me know. Oh, newsletter or socials on Twitter. Okay, sweet. Sweet. All right, let's finish Donnie Darko, and then we'll dive into some more Blu-ray stuff. I need to subscribe to their newsletter. There's a few newsletters I should really subscribe to. Anyway, so all right, so it's called The Philosophy of Time Travel, and it is an 800-page novel written by Richard Kelly, who of course is the writer and director of Donnie Darko, and
Southland Tales, which we just brought up the other week.
Yes, and Southland Tales, which is fucking great. And he's hoping that this is a springboard for more films, and specifically he wants to do a motion capture movie, but also a sequel that takes place 20 some odd years after the original film. So he could reunite the cast.
Okay, I was going to say it's a Donnie Darko sequel.
Yes.
Okay, that he wants to do.
So
Darko.
the book is about I think 14 odd months after Donnie Darko's death. Spoilers for the movie Donnie Darko for the 5 of you who have not seen Donnie Darko. He is hoping this is like a big. By the way, is it not crazy to you that Donnie Darko came out in 2001?
It's not crazy. I thought it was. I would have guessed 2002, but it's in the height of a young Jake Gyllenhaal's career. In fact, I would say that might be instrumental in him becoming relatively big. Around this time, he had only done Bubble Boy, which, by the way, I love. I love that movie. But this was a young Jake Gyllenhaal. And Maggie Gyllenhaal, by the way.
So if you're curious, this was written by Richard Kelly over the past 10 years, and it'll debut later this year, sometime in line with the 25th anniversary of Donnie Darko, which is October 26th. Apparently it's available. Wait, if I click the link, will it take? Nope. Okay. Thank you. Don't provide an actual link. There we go.
It's available for purchase.
It's available for pre-order. Okay, it'll be released December 15th, 2026. There we go. And yeah, this is the official sequel to Donnie Darko, which will, again, theoretically lead to more films. I'm just gonna say it right now. There's no way this leads to any movies.
No.
There is
the hurdles they have to jump through in order to make this happen, especially with the cast.
Yeah, I mean, God, I don't.
Do we need a sequel?
We don't need a sequel. I don't know that Donnie Darko has the cultural cachet that
it used to.
Yeah, it's not one of those movies that's really on a lot of film goers' minds.
Also, Mr. Kelly, sorry, there is a sequel.
It's called S. Darko, and it fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's probably not good, and it's not your fault. It's not good, I'm sure, but you can't turn around and ignore that it exists.
Let's see here. Let's see. He says he spent more than 2 decades trying to figure out how to make a sequel film work. There have been all sorts of permutations, and there have been multiple parent companies and studios that have been involved in the whole process. He wants to reunite the original cast. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of... I don't know, man. This does sound interesting. It is apparently using a found documents style. So we're gonna get probably some stuff from Donnie Darko himself. I don't know. It's a cool idea. Like,
it's a cool idea for a book.
It's one of those things. Like, I definitely could see myself reading this book. I will probably pick this up and give it a gander. because I do really love Donnie Darko, but I just I don't see how this works as far as getting people pumped for a new movie. Also, like I mean, obviously DeVay Chase just died, but like getting Jake Gyllenhaal, Maggie Gyllenhaal. Who else would you even get back? Seth Rogen as the one background guy.
Who did Chase play? The sister?
The younger sister, yeah.
Really? Sparkle Motion?
Yeah.
I did not know that was her.
But I just I don't know. It's a whole lot of hubbub over stuff that's not gonna probably happen. But it's cool that we got a novel.
Yeah.
It's cool that we got a novel sequel. All right. So hold up. That was her, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, Jenna Malone's in there too. I forgot about Jenna Malone. She's the love interest.
Yeah, you know who's not coming back? Patrick Swayze.
Let's see here. So November releases from 88 Films. We've got Night of the Comet, Masters of the Universe.
Hello, Masters of the Universe.
Gamer, and Death Warrant.
Which I just saw for the first time.
All right. So Night of the Comet. Let's see. 4K remaster from the original camera negative. Presented in Adobe, blah, 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 blah. Audio commentary by critics Kim Newman and Sean Hogan. And that's about it. Gamer. Let's see here. We've got audio commentary by Taylor Neveldine, as well as actors Amber Valletta, Alison Lohman, and Terry Crews. I feel like that is a holdover from previous editions. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Oh, there's more. Audio commentary by film journalists Dave Wayne and Maddie Budrowicz. Inside the Game, a feature-length documentary, extended deleted footage, cheat codes, scene commentaries. So all stuff ported over from previous releases, basically.
Yeah.
Masters of the Universe, probably the same basic gist. Got interviews with various people, audio commentary by the director, but again, this is all just ported over stuff. And that's where's Death Warrant? Am I crazy? Where's my Death Warrant?
Robbed.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm sure more ported over extras. What do you think of Gamer?
I don't think I've seen it.
Oh, you don't think you've seen Gamer?
No, I've never seen it.
I really like Gamer.
I'll watch it.
I
like Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler's great in it. Michael C. Hall is the villain, and he's great. It's got this
It feels
kinetic,
like cheese, but is it good cheese?
It's very good cheese. It has its own. Oh gosh, what's that computer game that people used to play? They probably still do. That was you had like your avatar and you walked around a world.
Not Doom.
No. Where you can be a person, like, almost like Sims, but everybody's played by people.
You're making this up.
I can't think of what the fucking video. There's a video game, but it's parodied in Gamer, and it's very fun. It's basically this idea that your a gamer's avatar is an actual person. So all these gamers are playing actual people, and so Gerard Butler is the avatar, but he's an actual guy who's just been like, I think if you're like a criminal or something, you get put into this program or like something like that. Yeah, and you get controlled by gamers, and it's a lot of fun. It's maybe not. It maybe doesn't quite like hit all of the necessary beats, but it's really great. It's not Counter-Strike. It's not a fighting game, or it's just like a lifestyle game, and I cannot for the life of me remember.
World building game.
It's not even a world building game. It's just like you like chat and change your outfit, I guess, and maybe like maintain a small home. But Second Life. There we go. Second Life.
Second Life.
Thank you, Mad Mike. Oh, I forgot to put the chat in the video. I suck. I suck, guys. I'm sucky.
You need a secretary.
I need a secretary. Why is Julie Andrews trending? Hold on. I think it's just because people are dying. Okay, it's just people freaking out about all the death. All right, Woody Allen. Speaking of people that will die eventually, which I love this picture. Okay. Look at this, man. Just knocking on death's door. Just. Oh wait, I don't want that. Look at this guy. Just ready to go. Just end it already. Oh God. All right. So Woody Allen has a new film coming out, or in development, I should say. Yes, he's still going, and this one is funded by Madrid.
How old is he?
Old as shit. How old is Woody Allen? Let's see here. Let's do a little. Let's make fun of an old man. Woody Allen is 90 years old.
God, we just lost 2 80-year-olds.
90-year-old man still making movies. Wait, hold up. Let's see. Let's take a gander here. What has he recently been up to? Let's see. Sort by newest first. Coup de Chance in 2023. Rifkin's Festival in 2022. There was a time there in the aughts when he was doing a movie every year.
Yeah.
And he's still pumping them out pretty well for 90 years old. Like, say what you will about the man. He works. He continues to work. But he's done this before where he'll utilize a country's tax credits or what have you to help fund his movie, and then he'll just set the movie there. I think Coup de Chance was in Paris. But he has this new movie that I can't even remember if let's see here. I don't know that we have a name yet, but some $3.5 million is coming from grants from the Madrid regional government and the Madrid City Council, and he is aiming to raise a further 2.3 million. I'm sorry. It can aim to raise. I'm sorry. A lot of financial bullshit, but the main takeaway is he is finding his ways. He is clawing money out of various nooks and crannies around the world in order to fund his next film. So it's what was that? Yeah, but now he's having a hard time scraping the money together to make a movie. That he is. Don't look up other 80-year-old celebrities. It's a terrifying list to lose. I'm sure.
Yeah,
I am sure. We're gonna have this year is just gonna be a lot of
this year's
dying.
not pulling any punches, man. This year,
but I'm surprised that Woody Allen can fly across oceans anymore, like with how fucking old he is. Yeah, Madrid is funding Woody Allen's next movie, so we will keep an eye on that. I almost made this our headline story today. I'm glad I didn't. Here's one. This is a little side story for a main story. So Andrew Garfield is playing Sam Altman in a movie called Artificial about OpenAI, and he has not minced words about Sam Altman. Quote, Andrew Garfield, I don't know Sam Altman. I've never met him. I was going off the script and court transcripts and interviews and research, and we were telling a story. But I think anyone who takes on that level of responsibility for a company or a technology that you know is going to do a hell of a lot of damage to the soul of humanity must have a certain ability to dissociate. He described blah, 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 blah. He basically talks about digging into his shadow self, as Jung would describe it, and how he had to kind of dig into these aspects of himself that he would not otherwise want to put out there. Let's see here. But then the argument is that if we weren't all less rejecting it in the first place, less that's not us, then Donald Trump wouldn't have been voted in twice, and Nigel Farage wouldn't be anywhere near a position of power. Whereas if we go, okay, interesting, where am I in a wannabe fascist, grifter, opportunist, power-hungry, ethicless, spineless fucking pig? We can identify that this is the bad part of us. We know this in ourselves. Not a fan of Sam Altman.
He's not being delicate about his choice
No.
of words.
So anyway, he says that. This was yesterday. Today, we have news that the uprising is actually a Robin Hood origin story.
I fell for that. I totally thought it. I texted my friend and I was like, "You mean to tell me we're getting 2 movies this year? One called The Death of Robin Hood and the other one called The Rise of Robin Hood?" Like,
so this is interesting. So,
but upon looking further into it,
so this is actually, first off, this takes place over. I don't know that I have my dates right, but over 100 years after when Robin Hood would have lived if he were a real person. Almost certainly was not a real person, but if he had lived as a real person, like 100 years prior to this. But the movie is about the 1381 English peasants' revolt and the story of Wat Tyler, who led that revolt. This is an actual guy. And the legend of Robin Hood is inspired by various revolts and what have you, but Wat Tyler, real guy, who Andrew Garfield is playing. And Focus Features, I'm assuming just was they were seeing that the uprising was not going to do well. This is releasing September 10th in theaters, and we've barely seen jack nor shed of it.
Yeah.
No one's talking about it. It's just not a big deal. And I guess Focus Features thought it would be. I don't know why they thought that, because I don't know the last time.
I don't know what they. I don't know the last time.
Like, oh yeah, all these medieval action movies
are doing great,
doing gangbusters, especially The Death of Robin Hood.
Yeah,
really just knocked us all out of the park. Everybody saw it, right?
Yeah.
So it appears that they've just smacked the name of Robin Hood on this Paul Greengrass film. Did I accidentally put this up twice? No, I didn't. Okay.
By the way, Death of Robin Hood is about Robin Hood. Hugh Jackman's Death of Robin Hood?
Yes. Yeah. Where's the... Okay, I don't know where the thing is. But there was I had a link to the Focus Features website for this, but basically they're saying it inspired Robin Hood vis-a-vis it is the rise of Robin Hood, which is stupid. This is pure marketing nonsense. And I've got nothing else to really say about it other than
I fell for it, so that's great.
Were you were super pumped that you were?
I thought we were getting 2 Robin Hood movies.
Okay, yeah.
One about the rise and one about the defeat, but nothing can touch Prince of Thieves.
Interestingly, I did see that this movie was originally titled The Hood, which is insane if true. But either way, it's not a Robin Hood movie. At best,
don't be fooled, guys.
It is a story that kind of inspired Robin Hood, maybe. Anyway, Paul Thomas Anderson's Cameron Winter at Carnegie Hall concert movie was acquired by Janus Films and Criterion. So we'll be seeing that on the Criterion channel, I'm sure.
Oh, I love me some PTA news.
Now, this is... excuse me. Set for a limited release. They're actually doing a tour of the 35 millimeter print. It was shot on 35 and 16 millimeter, and we have dates for many cities, none of which are Las Vegas, shockingly, between November 20th and January 18th. I might need to go up to Portland in January. Look at that. Or we could take a trip to Los Angeles in November.
We can't plan this around the same time as the directors.
What?
Are they showing anything in October from LA? When does it start? December?
November.
November, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, tickets go on sale September 17th. I don't even know who Cameron Winter is.
Yeah, I don't either.
He's young. He's like 24. And I guess he's popular, but I've never heard of him until this point. So I'm just old. I don't know. Chat, have you heard of Cameron Winter? Do you know anything about him? Are you hyped for Cameron Winter at Carnegie Hall? Let us know in the chat right now. Cool.
By the way, speaking of concert films, you know your Ghost comes out Friday.
Comes out Friday?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh,
It's a big weekend, actually.
I don't have time for this.
Yeah.
I
don't know what you're gonna do.
So let's see here. Ryan Gosling's doing a Bam Bam movie.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday. Okay, Ryan, I guess if you got nothing better to do with your time, you already got Star Wars, Ghost Rider, and now you're gonna play Bam Bam. Clearly he's setting it up for himself.
Yeah, that is one. I will say, this is a silly idea, and I'm assuming it's like a meta take on the Flintstones, and it'll be like, how does Bam Bam work as an adult and all that jazz. Potentially interesting concept. I'm not against it. I did, as soon as I heard this, I was like, oh yeah, Ryan Gosling is Bam Bam. That makes sense. There is something about Ryan Gosling that is distinctly Bam Bam-ish.
Well, the older Bam Bam, because we've seen older Bam Bam, I think, in iterations before. I mean, I know that they have imagined a world where the Flintstones, the children, had grown up. By the way, this is in the shadow of the Jetsons announcement.
Oh yeah, we had the Jetsons,
which
with
Jim
Carrey announced.
They are full steam ahead with that project. Which, by the way, love me some Jim Carrey, and I actually really love the Jetsons, but I never in the million years would have associated the two together, because Jim Carrey's fucking 70 years old.
Yeah, he's a little old for the part.
George Jetson's got to be 40 something.
Wait, what's this Christopher McDonald thing?
Oh, so, well, Christopher McDonald, just in a recent interview, which I didn't know, he was engaged to Gina Davis. Did you know that?
No.
Back in the day, Christopher McDonald was engaged to Gina Davis. He had just revealed this in an interview. He went to go do some kind of Shakespeare in the play, something like that, and she met Jeff Goldblum.
Huh.
And she broke off the engagement. He found out from somebody else that they were together, and then he gets cast as her husband in Thelma and Louise.
Huh.
But I just thought that was interesting, that I never knew that they actually had a relationship prior to Thelma and Louise.
That was your Christopher McDonald news?
Yep.
Okay.
You kind of just took it away from me there. There was an article or a couple. We got trailers?
We got a trailer. I have not watched this yet because I just noticed it. This came out 4 days ago. And it's a Chris Evans, Anya Taylor-Joy, Salma Hayek movie that I had not heard about.
Now, this is interesting that it comes out, because I was reading something recently about how Chris Evans can't really sell tickets unless he's Captain America, of course. And that's why he has returned to Avengers. And then this trailer comes out.
I feel like I'm close to something, It's been a tough year. Tonight the world's going to see the real Mike Tyler. Most applause I've gotten in years.
They're terrorists.
What?
Terrorists.
The world will end in 2 days. The mountain of fire is famished. And without the proper sacrifice, it will eat us all. Behold the hero.
Namaste.
Only you can save the world.
I think you're wrong.
The world will be plunged into an historic darkness. Can't believe I'm gonna die next to Golden Globe loser.
I think this is exactly what I've been looking for.
The volcano has chosen you for this moment.
Give me that hero squint. Got it?
Yeah.
No caption. Power of the image.
I don't know why we got the Russian.
I don't know, but
Trailer,
it looks.
but-
Does it not look like Begonia?
I don't think it looks like Begonia.
Really? Okay.
No.
Good cast.
Yeah, good cast. Who is Romain Gavras? I don't know that name. Let's see here. Athena sounds familiar. Huh. Yeah, I don't know his work. Oh, Costas Gavras' son. Okay. Oh, he's does a lot of music videos. Okay. Cool. All right. So that's that. Then Last Chance Motel. So this is directed by two horror icons, I want to say.
Yeah, I
Scout Taylor Compton and Danielle Harris.
I didn't see the trailer for this, but I do know of its existence. The Scout Taylor Compton, horror icon. Does she not just only do Halloween?
Well, Halloween plus a bunch of low budget crap.
Okay. I know Danielle Harris has been around, but
Yeah, and technically, Halloween and Halloween 2.
okay. I mean, yeah, I meant both.
But yeah, let's take a gander at this trailer. I think it looks very low budget, but I think it looks pretty fun.
Serious case. Tell her to slow down or we're gonna spend your rehearsal in her hitchhiking.
You just tell him that I'm excited to marry his sister's sweet little ass. Get the show on the road. Well, hi, y'all! Welcome to the Last Chance Motel. Weddings have a way of making certain kinds of people crazy. Yes, we're at Last Chance Motel and someone is trying to kill us!
Let's go get them bitches.
Hey, girls! Will you be little dolls and sit up straight when I shoot you so I don't damage those organs? I just love weddings.
Yeah, that does look fun.
Yeah, it looks cheap but enjoyable. Who else? Of course, Heather Langenkamp looks like she's probably having a ball there.
I didn't even recognize her.
And yeah,
Good on them.
yeah. Do you know if they still have a podcast? Scout Taylor Compton and
Yeah.
Danielle Harris.
Yeah.
I like their partnership, their everlasting friendship, as it were. Ali G, who is I?
Yeah, he's back.
I've never watched an Ali G.
So I watched
Anything.
I watched the alley when so Borat came out and I did a whole deep dive into his past and did Ali G, and I've seen the Ali G movie. I'm actually a really big fan of that movie. I really like that this guy's still doing these three characters and still pulling it off. I'm really curious to see, and it looks great. I think it looks hilarious. But I'm happy that he's back.
Mate, you're a weirdo. Coming in harassing kids, moving like a pedo.
Free RD. Only in cinemas.
October 23 RT. That's my favorite joke of the trailer.
So yeah, you are obviously super into this.
I'm super into this. It could go one of two ways, but to be honest with you, I think Sacha Baron Cohen has delivered almost every single time. And the interesting thing about him is he comes back every like 5 years, like not like a couple years in between his projects. He comes back and he still fools the world 5 years later. Secretly has been filming this.
Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like Sacha Baron Cohen, he does succeed every time he does one of these character movies, but then everything else he does seems to be kind of shitty.
Yeah, if he's not, for some reason, if he's not in control of it, it doesn't. And not that it doesn't do well, but he doesn't do, and that's not even fair, because like his appearances in something like Sweeney Todd, great. Brothers Grimm, no. Like, I don't know. It's I guess it's a 50-50 one, but when it comes to his characters that he created, I think, I mean, that Borat sequel did really well.
Yeah. I remember really loving Borat when it came out too.
Yeah.
That was a nice surprise for me in theaters back in the day.
Yeah, and so when I saw that, and that was a huge explosion, the Borat thing, but I had taken a step back and watched Ali G, Bruno, and I'd watched this show, so I am excited for this. I don't know where he's going to go after this, but he seems to pull it off, whatever he tries to do.
He's going to die.
Yeah.
All right. Wait, this can't be this. Oh, I already talked about that. Ridley Scott still wants to make the third Alien prequel.
And so he shall.
Ridley Scott, 80 million years old.
Can do whatever he wants still.
Let's see.
He specifically wants to continue David's story.
The director has explored artificial intelligence and synthetic humans in the likes of Alien and Blade Runner, but despite his interest in the subject, Scott says he has not incorporated AI technology into his own filmmaking. Okay, so there's also... Well, that's interesting to see his take on AI. If I say, here's a blank canvas, write me such and such, would that just be a melange of millions of other scripts? Probably. But the danger is it'll pass that point and become smarter than we are. I can compete with an AI without any problem making images, but it's coming inevitably. Well, that's dark. I guess that's really it. Scott tells Los Angeles Times. Let's find the actual. Oh God! Oh Jesus! Let's do this the old-fashioned way. Let's see. Let's see here. Blah blah blah. Right now, I don't know where we are with it. I hope it comes together and buried as well. Also in the works is the third Alien prequel, which fans have been anticipating since Alien Covenant, which was released in 2017. Scott says, God, it's been that long? Holy shit. Death comes for us all. Scott says it will pick up with David creating a brave new world for himself. Scott is fascinated by the character, a malfunctioning AI. That's it. That's all he said. That's it. That's the whole quote, guys. He's still in the works.
He wants to do it.
Despite the fact that it's been nearly a decade since the last one. When he was also really Ridley Scott is going to be the oldest living director alive.
I don't know. Mel Brooks just turned 100.
Yeah, but Mel Brooks isn't making movies anymore.
Did he direct Spaceballs 2?
No.
Oh, I thought he directed it.
No. Yeah, Clint Eastwood, I guess.
Directed Spaceballs 2?
Yeah, Clint Eastwood directed Spaceballs 2.
But he just announced retirement.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Supposedly.
But yeah, 88 years old, Ridley Scott, still going strong, still planning that third Alien movie. Then we've got this Mount Everest drama, Tenzing, starring Tom Hiddleston, Willem Dafoe, and Ginden Funtsock, is going to open the Zurich Film Festival. That's on September 24th. And let's see here. Blah, 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 blah. Film offers powerful emotion and mountain scenery of sublime beauty, but it also carries an important message for our time. The first ascent of Mount Everest only succeeded because the climbers respected the local Sherpa people and the laws of nature. At its heart, Tenzing is about a man who dared to imagine a life beyond the limits of the world had placed on him, and the courage, sacrifice, and belief it took to reach the highest point on earth. The spirit of dream big feels incredibly fitting. It's based on the story of Tenzing Norgay, a gifted mountaineer from the Himalayas, who, together with New Zealand alpinist Edmund Hillary, who played by Tom Hiddleston, became the first person to reach the summit of Mount Everest in 1953. Sick. And that's coming from Apple. So we will see that, I'm sure, in theaters relatively soon. So once we get a trailer for it, we'll talk about that in more detail. And that's it. That is our full news coverage. It's not?
How did you forget the biggest thing? What's on your cover?
Oh my God. I did forget the big...
This the big news of the week. That's what I was waiting for.
Oh my God. And,
yes, everybody.
All right.
Yes.
So the big news.
This is a big deal, I think, because you like this guy a lot.
I set up my. You know what's funny is yesterday when I was setting up the news stories for today, I kept telling myself I got to remember to put Dan Stevens in there somewhere, and I just completely failed to actually put it in the lineup.
Now, if you guys have been watching KEENEAM, you would know that Michael has brought this actor up numerous times. Because,
I love Dan Stevens.
Yeah, because his track record is pretty interesting. His most financially success roles are the least impressive, I guess, right? Godzilla?
Yeah, he's in Godzilla, X Kong, the New Frontier, or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
New Empire? Frozen Empire?
No. Frozen Empire is Ghostbusters.
That's
New Empire. New Empire. I thought he was in two of them. He's just in the one?
Yeah, he's just in the one.
Okay, but he was in Abigail. He was in... I mean, he's been around. He's the guest.
He's the guest.
Yeah, he's the guest.
He's the guest and the guest. He was in that... X-Men show. Legion.
Yeah.
And he is set to be a mad scientist type character in the upcoming
Onslaught.
Yeah. There we go.
But my man's playing RoboCop in the new Prime. This is really going forward. I'm kind of excited about it. But as we had read recently, a couple of shows ago, it is not Alex Murphy. I believe it is a new character. I've read some things that say he's playing Alex Murphy, but I don't think that's true.
I don't think we know.
Well, I thought we read something that said it wasn't going to be Alex Murphy.
Deadline says he's starring as Alex Murphy.
Okay.
Okay. Let's just read the article. Stevens' casting comes a month after Amazon MGM Studios officially greenlighted the series, which had been in the works for a couple of years. Stevens quickly emerged as the leading candidate for the role, played by Peter Weller in the original Paul Verhoeven film. In the 8-episode RoboCop series, written by Peter Ocko, a giant tech conglomerate persuades the city to place a powerful robot on its police force, a robot implanted with the consciousness of a beloved fallen soldier, Alex Murphy. Quote, Peter Ocko has crafted a vision that honors the soul of what made the original so enduring while building something entirely fresh and urgent for today. That's head of global TV for Amazon MGM, Peter Friedlander. Let's see. It's about technology, identity, and who corporations really serve, according to James Wan, which is such a fascinating thing considering it's Amazon MGM.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the old RoboCop show also had Alex Murphy. It's always been Alex Murphy for RoboCop. Just to get that out there. I don't know that we have any other news regarding this.
That's cool. What a good choice. I'm surprised. I always get surprised that the actors that want to do this after what happened with Peter Weller.
Yeah.
But that's Peter Weller for you, and it will cover his face. I guess it's kind of like the Batman thing. Who has the greatest jawline for it?
Yeah. Interesting to note, I forgot about this, but Dan Stevens is currently filming the second season of Dexter Resurrection, where he's playing a character known as the Five Borough Killer.
Nice.
I'm excited for that, not only because I enjoyed Dexter Resurrection season 1, but because, again, Dan Stevens fucking rules.
Is this kind of foray into television? Has he done other television stuff?
We just said Legion.
Oh yeah, Legion. Okay.
He was also in The Terror season 3, I want to say. The Devil in Silver. I don't know. I think that's season 3 of the Terror.
I think this is a great choice. I'm really excited about this now. I read that and I thought of you. I was like, oh, he's gonna love this.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like if we have to have a RoboCop show, Dan Stevens is a great choice for the role.
They're going the right way.
I'm hoping it's still a partially human character. I hope they don't just completely ditch the idea of him being like partly organic. I do worry that it's probably like I just there's something about RoboCop that's distinctly 80s.
Yeah, I agree.
In fact, there's several things about RoboCop that are distinctly 80s.
Yeah, as far as depicting the future, also.
Yeah, and
we are now in the future.
Yes, and I do worry about updating it. I mean, I think that they'll be smart about like they'll definitely still be violent. They won't go the PG-13 route of the remake. That's a given. But I just don't know that the story and the character and the vibe really necessarily work outside of that 1980s setting.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's Amazon. That's just there's something about Amazon being in charge of this that really rubs me the wrong way. Like, obviously, you know, it's always been a big corporation in charge of things, but this is like the big corporation in charge of the anti-capitalist RoboCop franchise. You know, when they're doing like a James Bond, it makes sense to me. When they're doing RoboCop, there's an anti-authority thing there that I don't think lines up necessarily. And that's not, I mean, and Amazon, they're certainly not against making fun of themselves or making fun of big corporate entities. The Boys is very much that. I don't know. That's actually Filmmaker 610 kind of put it right. It just feels like regurgitating IP from the MGM library, and I don't know about that. But that being said, Dan Stevens fucking rules, and I love RoboCop, and I've sat through some pretty unfortunate RoboCop stuff. I will sit through this as well. I hope it's great.
Dan Stevens is a good start.
Yeah, Dan Stevens is a good start. We'll see. We will see.
I want to mention real fast, because I guess we're going into our letterbox.
And so Stephen Newton's The Setting Is Now, greedy corporations are doing new and evil things. I agree that now is a good time for this kind of property. I just don't feel like Amazon is the right company to put out said property. And I think that the 80s vibe works better, because I feel like the 80s were like, there's something distinctly capitalist hellscape about the 80s that is just visually more lush and interesting than the capitalist hell we live in now, if that makes sense.
I don't necessarily feel it necessary to argue with you on that, but yeah, RoboCop is, and then what are we going to do? If RoboCop was made in the 80s, but it's set in the nearby future, we are in the nearby future. So do we need to depict this in another nearby future, or are we telling this RoboCop story now?
Oh, that's actually a good point.
Which would be kind of cool.
Because like obviously the technology is going to be slightly more advanced than what we have now, but it's not quite as incredible an idea as it was then.
Yeah.
So you could make a RoboCop that's more or less in the present.
I think that's what they should do.
I think they're going to go with near future.
Yeah, I'm worried that's what they're going to do. Try to depict the future again. Just real fast, because we're going into our Letterboxd review now, and we had just seen a trailer with Chris Evans and Anya Taylor-Joy. I finished Lucky.
Oh, how was
on
that?
Apple, and I decided to decline on reviewing it for Letterboxd because I don't understand reviewing shows on Letterboxd.
You just you log
I get it, but you should be able to do it
words.
episode by episode.
No, you shouldn't.
Because if you do the whole show, there are episodes in there that are just crap. Regardless,
yeah, you take the show as a whole.
Yeah,
just
as a whole story.
Yeah, you just consider it like if it's an 8 episode show, that's 8 acts of movie.
I think Lucky would have been a great movie. Would have been a really good movie. It's got an outstanding cast. Naturally, I will watch anything Timothy Olyphant is in. He's in this show, so I watched it. But it's Clifton Collins Jr. who steals the whole fucking show. He's fucking great in it. It's a good show. It's
just
really
like in
show.
Boondock Saints 2.
I really like Clifton Collins Jr. I'll always have. I met him twice. But I came for Timothy Olyphant, stayed for Clifton Collins Jr. And Alana Ubach is in there too.
Wait, so is it good or not?
Yeah, it's great. It's really good.
Lucky.
Had I done it episode by episode, there would be different reviews all over the place. But
that's what, on Apple?
Yeah, it's on Apple. I think it's eight episodes and one and done.
Okay.
All right.
Do you want to go first, or should I go first?
You go first. I'm curious about some things you got here.
All right.
Did you do election last week or this week?
This week.
Interesting.
I
know you did Straight Story. I think you talked about we're all going to the World's Fair.
Did I?
I don't think the Straight Story was your last movie last week.
I think it was. I think the Straight Story was my last one last week.
Okay. Well, you've been busy.
Yeah. So I was planning on eventually watching Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma. So I watched We're All Going to the World's Fair, the director's first feature film, and I was really impressed with it. I wasn't entirely certain about it in the beginning. Have you seen We're All Going to the World's Fair?
No, I really like this chick.
Jane Schoenbrunn directed this. This was when they were initially going through their transition, or right before their transition. I don't remember, but either which way, it is how they contended with that transition and with their gender identity. And that's cool. It's definitely an interesting aspect to the film, but really, like, it just as a film depicting what it's like to be online, amazing. Such a great representation of just that mindset that the internet creates. And also with a twist to it that I won't spoil, that really hammers that home. Like, I really, I want to talk about the ending, but I just don't know. I just don't know how to
not spoil it.
Yeah, how to not spoil it.
Don't spoil it.
From there, I watched Garden of the Sleepwalkers, which is a short film by Marcus Marchetti. I want to say is how you say his, or Matthias. I'm sorry, Matthias Marchetti. And this is a very gay short film. Wait, how long is this? This is 21 minutes long. And it almost feels like a musical, mixed with and I'm forgetting the director's name. I'm not good with anything right now.
Today.
Yeah,
names.
I'm a fucking terror. I'll be talking about Matthias Marchetti's other works relatively soon. I was hoping to actually watch one of his features before today, but I just have not had the time to do that. But Garden of the Sleepwalkers was really fun and very colorful, very sumptuous. Election,
which I saw in theaters, love that movie.
I don't remember why I watched Election, other than
I feel like we talked about it last week.
Well, I'm reading a book currently called Best Year Ever, or Best Movie
Oh,
Year
that's
Ever.
right. That's right. That's what we were talking about last week. 99.
And so I'm on this 1999 kick, and Election is one of the best movies of 1999. So I decided to rewatch it, and still fucks.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good movie. It's dark.
It's dark. It's very funny. A lot of just like staggering performances. Chris Klein is really good.
Chris Klein. Okay, so I think at the time that this came out, he hadn't done. This is his first movie. He hadn't done anything.
Yeah,
and then he did American Pie like same year, but shortly after.
Yeah.
And I remember
great year for Chris Klein.
Yeah,
wow.
I remember watching Election and being like, "Is that Keanu Reeves's like double?" Okay, he looked like Keanu Reeves when I saw him in Election. He had these kind of Keanu Reeves mannerisms. This is the same month as Matrix, by the way. I like Chris Klein a lot in this. I just remember being super. I wasn't expecting it to be as dark as it was.
Yeah,
they didn't promote it like that.
Yeah, no, it's one of those movies that the studio, if I remember correctly, just didn't know how to promote.
Yeah.
Kind of like Office Space is another one from 99 where
they didn't know how to promote it.
Yeah, and so it was promoted as like this dumb comedy, and with like nothing to say. And then you get to it and you're like, oh fuck, it's
yeah,
anti-authority. Reese Witherspoon is phenomenal. Matthew Broderick is also great.
Yeah.
But Reese Witherspoon, like her pre-Legally Blonde days are insane. She had because it was this, she had Fear, she had Freeway. Like she was doing
Pleasantville.
Less wild, but she was doing like some really crazy shit with her career. Like, and she was still very young. She was, I think, 21 when she shot Election. I might be mistaken by a year or two, but she was very smart in how she chose her projects, and I'm eternally in awe of young Reese Witherspoon. Then my I guess acquaintance, I don't know, I'm not going to call him a friend because we don't talk or anything, but Justin Decloux, who runs the Important Cinema Club podcast, as well as a few other things. He does this Mind Melter movie marathon thing, and for the summer movie Mind Melter this past weekend, it's a 24-hour movie marathon, and I was able to tune in for two movies. The first of those was 2004's The Calamari Wrestler, which is exactly what it sounds like. It is a Japanese film about a wrestler who is also a squid person. And that's about it. That's the movie. That's the joke. And it's not great, but it is pretty funny, and it's very charming. We weren't entirely sure. I watched this with Rachel, and we weren't entirely sure, like, at first if it was supposed to be an actual squid or not. And then no, it just is an actual squid with wrestler legs, and he wrestles, and it culminates in squid versus squid mayhem. It is an absolute seafood jamboree of fun. 3 stars. And then the second film that we watched as part of the Mind Melter is QT World Fearless I Am. And QT World Fearless I Am, I honestly don't know if I rated it correctly. I gave it 2 stars and a heart because it is uniquely terrible. It's, I think, over 2 hours long. It's about this kid who goes to a school for psychics ? And he's he's got a lot of uncertainty about himself, and it seems as though it's the filmmaker kind of inserting that uncertainty into the character and just kind of creating his own avatar. It's full of like absolutely bonkers lines. I don't know fully how to describe. It's some of the worst CGI you'll ever see in your entire goddamn life. It's all CG animated, every last frame. And I think it's available on YouTube. I could be mistaken about that, but I'm I'm pretty sure it's available on YouTube. But yeah, QT World, Fearless I Am, 2019. Highly recommend. 2 stars. You've got to see it because it'll change how you view cinema forever. Topsy Turvy from 1999, another 99 film. This one, Mike Leigh. Did not work for me as well as I thought it would. It's about the works of Gilbert and Sullivan. I don't give a flying fuck about the works of Gilbert and Sullivan. And it turns out if you really want to enjoy this movie, you kind of have to like their stuff. Jim Broadbent is good as Gilbert, I think. I can't remember which one's Gilbert and which one's Sullivan off the top of my head, but yeah, it's good. I was expecting a little bit more. It didn't really hit for me. It seems to hit for a lot of people, so I do recommend watching it. It's got some fantastic production design, but a lot. It's like maybe 30 minutes too long. It's a very long film. And then I saw Tony,
which is everybody's talking about this movie right now.
Yeah, it's fine.
I don't want to get into it, but I didn't like Nirvana, and I don't know about this guy.
Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie.
Yeah, I love the band. I don't know about the movie Nirvana. I had
Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie,
and I had my thing about it. But then this guy is just everywhere all of a sudden. And so I did a step back and watched Blackberry. And I like Blackberry because I really like Glenn Howerton as his performance in it a lot. But then he comes up with this movie, Tony, and everybody's like right now this week just kind of talking about it. And I saw the trailer. I wasn't really – I'll see it eventually, but I don't get it.
Yeah, I like Matt Johnson. I thought Blackberry was pretty good. I thought Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie was great. I still don't understand what your fucking problem is.
I'm the odd man out on this. I wanted to like it a lot.
Tony is good, but it has a few distinct problems. For one thing, I think Dominic Sessa is a little miscast as Anthony Bourdain. And this might just be the writing and direction, but he comes off. This is hard to explain because like the movie is predicated on the idea that this is an asshole, and that young Anthony Bourdain was a prick who needed to get his ass handed to him desperately. It opens with a quote saying as much, but Dominic Sessa comes off as so unlikable that a lot of what transpires around him is unbelievable. Like Antonio Banderas' character Chef trusts Tony for some reason, and I don't know why. He does not ever show anything
trustworthy.
Yeah, there's nothing about him that suggests this guy should be trusted in the least or helped in the least. There's the girl that he travels to Provincetown for. I don't understand why she puts up with him at all. He's a massive cunt. And yet she does. And things go well for Tony when they really shouldn't. And that took me out of the movie a lot. And I want to say it's partially down to Dominic Sessa's performance, but it's hard to say. Beyond that, the technical direction is really solid. Antonio Banderas is really good. That's about it. It's a coming of age movie about some asshole.
Yeah.
And, like, I also, I felt like it could have gone more into his drug use. They do touch on the drug use, and there is this kind of like weird, almost like Marvel-esque moment where he's watching Leo Woodall, who's great in this movie. Leo Woodall, by the way, future huge star. But he was in Tuner. He's watching Leo Woodall shoot up heroin or something, and it stays on Tony, and it's such a like, this is the moment where he knew he was going to do a lot of heroin. And it works as sort of a like, well, he's now choosing to go down a path that will eventually lead to his death. But it feels a little ham-fisted in the way that it's presented. So I didn't love Tony, didn't hate Tony. Tony was good. It was a good little biopic's a strong word because it's almost all made up bullshit, but a good coming of age story. Speaking of coming of age, emphasis on coming, teenage sex and death at Camp Miasma.
You finally saw
it. I really wanted to see Jane Schoenbrun's other film.
I saw the TV Glow.
I saw the TV Glow. Or I saw the TV Glow. Didn't get a chance to do that yet. I will eventually watch it. I've heard great things.
Yeah, it's good. Teenage sex and death at Camp Miasma, though. Miasma. I'm surprised you gave it 3.5.
Yeah, didn't you give it 4?
I gave it 4. I loved it.
Yeah, I felt like it didn't quite work. I really enjoyed a lot about it. Gillian.
Yeah.
Gillian Anderson.
Is great in it.
Is phenomenal. I really like the chick from Hacks as the main character. And I appreciated the attempt at creating sort of a in-universe horror franchise. I thought that was fun. A little too close to Friday the 13th to the point, because like it exists in a universe where Friday the 13th also exists, but yet Camp Miasma also has a Ghost to Manhattan sequel, and seems to have a lot of the same kind of sequel ideas. Like
Jason, why not just, because they do reference Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween also, why not just replace Friday the 13th with Camp Miasma?
Yeah, or make it a bit more different, make it its own special thing. And there was a lot of stuff that took me out. Like, I don't really understand when the Camp Miasma movies were supposed to have come out, because at one point we see a scene from the movie and someone has a handy cam. So I was a little confused as to when these movies came out. Like, Gillian Anderson is old enough that it should be the 80s, but it doesn't seem to square with everything. Unless the handy cam shot was just like in a character's head, which is possible because a lot of stuff could be in the characters' heads. It's also it very much is subtext as text, which I'm not inherently against, but it does. Someone, I wish I could remember the exact quote, but someone was talking about how the film, it doesn't, it needs so much to tell you how much it appreciates these fun old horror movies that it doesn't really take the time to be its own fun horror movie. It's so focused on getting the message across that it kind of jumps over the interesting aspects of making a slasher movie.
Gotcha.
And I feel like there's that scene where you see Little Death going through the camp, killing all the counselors and stuff, which I assume was meant to be like the feeling of watching a slasher movie rather than actually what was supposed to have happened in that movie. But I couldn't tell. But either which way, I felt like the incredible amount of CGI and like not great CGI in that scene and scenes like it was kind of disheartening, especially for a movie that I remember one of the things going in was that they had used actual matte paintings.
Yeah.
And did like the actual like matte painting in front of the camera.
Yeah.
I
saw some
technique.
Did that.
But there's a lot of CGI and computer enhanced stuff that doesn't quite work for me. So it has some problems. That said, it's very funny.
Yeah.
And it does have a point of view, maybe too much of a point of view. So yeah, I liked it. It didn't quite work for me. It's kind of 2026 in a nutshell. Most movies I've seen this year have worked for me, and sometimes even have worked really well. they don't quite go above and beyond. They don't quite hit the mark for me. And I'm not sure why that is. One movie that did hit the mark for me was Yorgos Lanthimos' Dogtooth.
This is not to be confused with Dogville.
Not to be confused with Dogville. Very different film. Both fairly nihilistic. But
I've never heard of Dogtooth.
You never heard of Dogtooth?
No, who's in it?
No one you would know.
Okay.
It's a Greek production. But it's about these kids. Kids is a strong word. They're like basically in adulthood. You could even say they are adults. But these kids, these three kids, they live with their parents on this estate, and they're not allowed to leave the estate because their parents have made up all this bullshit about what exists outside of the gate and how, like, in order to leave, you have to be in a car for safety. And these kids just spend their days doing weird shit, like putting their fingers under hot water to see who can last the longest. And they've also been told that they can't leave the estate until their dog tooth or their canine has come out.
Oh, interesting.
Which leads to quite the scene near the end. And yeah, it's just one of those, like, it's one of those weird vibes movies where you just, the whole movie you're like, what the fuck are they going to do next? And that is very much my cup of tea. It does not get overburdened by its message, like something like Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma. It feels like a movie that has its point of view, but is at the end of the day meant as entertainment. Like, tough to watch at times entertainment, very dark entertainment, but entertainment nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
And I really appreciated that about it. So highly recommend Dogtooth. And highly recommend Election and We're All Going to the World's Fair. Also recommend Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma. Very good movie. And if you can, find and check out QT World, Fearless I Am. Just trust me on that one. And that's what I got.
Okay.
So, William.
We'll go down
Jesus
to...
Christ, William.
The Invite was the last thing I did. So the next day I finally did Toy Story 5. Very weak 3 stars for me. I was too scared to give it 2.5 for fear I'd get jumped by people who love Toy Story.
Just give it a 2.5, pussy.
So it's good. There's not a bad Toy Story movie, but I can't help but be reminded of something, and of all people, I bring this up, Quentin Tarantino said, which is that Toy Story 1 through 3 had this great arc and great closure to be like one of the greatest trilogies ever made. And Toy Story 3 has this fantastic fucking ending. And then 4 and 5 are not bad, but they're not as memorable as 1 and 3, I don't think. I couldn't really tell you. I've seen Toy Story 4 3 times, and I don't remember any of it. Toy Story 5 is kind of the same thing. There's a lot of interesting choices they make in this, like making a Jessie story. At first, I thought I was going to have a problem with this, but not so much. It kind of made sense in the overall thing.
I'm tired of bitches taking over my franchises.
But I will say that the 4 and 5 has some of the best voice actors between the two. You got Key and Peele, Keanu Reeves, Conan O'Brien's in this one. Yeah, so it's about as good as any Toy Story movie, but I think they really should have stopped at 3 because they had this awesome arc and awesome ending there. Ironically, I watched Toy Soldiers after this because the two don't have anything to do with each other, but I just happened to watch it because I'd never heard of it. Fucking loved it. You ever see that?
No.
Will Wheaton, Sean Astin, Keith Coogan, Lou Gossett Jr., Robert DeVee. Robert DeVee is a terrorist who takes over a private school that has a whole bunch of troubled teens.
Okay, what does Robert Davi do in the movie?
He's a terrorist. He's a terrorist that takes over the school.
But what does he do in the movie?
What do you mean? He terrorizes.
I'm calling him a terrorist in real life.
Is he?
He could be.
I don't know who he is. But he's crazy in this movie.
He directs conservative movies now.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Early 90s action like gold. This is something that you would have probably discovered in the 80s, but it kind of leaked over into the 90s. I fucking loved it. I bet you would really dig it too.
I'll add it to my watch list. You all saw it.
And then I did my Insidious 6 because I really like these series, even the bad ones. It was good. I thought it was good. I thought it was.
I've heard nothing but good things so far about it.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's fantastic, but it's one of the better sequels for sure. I'd put it up there, probably one of the top 3 Insidious movies. Really, it was short, sweet, fun. That nothing more to that.
Okay, cool.
Miller's Girl, I kind of really dug. It doesn't have the best reputation, but this is Jenna Ortega before she was, Jenna Ortega, and Martin Freeman, and it's basically a Lolita situation with a literature professor and his student.
Wait, this wasn't before she was Jenna Ortega. This was 2024.
Oh, is that recent?
Yeah.
So what is this after? Is this after?
This is after Scream and everything.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, I liked it.
I remember the trailer for this coming out.
Yeah, I really liked it. It was kind of another one that was short and sweet, an hour and a half. Can't Buy Me Love. I was kind of going through a little, you'll see later on, a Patrick Dempsey thing. I kind of want to discover some of his 80s stuff. It was a teen comedy. It's pretty good. He was a really cool child actor, and I wish he had kind of done more back in the day. But zip through that. Out of the Furnace. I'm continuing my love for Scott Cooper. I think this guy's great, and this movie was good. I thought it was really good. Killer cast: Christian Bale, Casey Affleck, Willem Dafoe, Zoe Saldana, Forrest Whitaker, and Woody Harrelson. Great cast.
I wish I had anything to add, but I haven't seen any of these fucking movies.
Really? Okay. Mutiny. I did Mutiny because I miss my action movies. And I wrote about that on Mutiny. I said it was not the business, but it made me realize horror had a kind of reinvention towards it, and it became huge. And now we're getting like 5 great horror movies a year now, like really good horror movies a year. Action needs that life. Like, action is kind of missing. We need another Speed. Like,
yeah,
I don't care who stars in it. I don't care who our next action star is, but we need to breathe life into the action genre really bad.
I mean, we had that for a bit with John Wick.
Yeah.
So we relatively recently we had an action renaissance, and you even are going to talk about soon a direct descendant of John Wick.
Yeah.
But it certainly hasn't had like a consistent revitalization.
Yeah. I did The Super because I'm a big fan of Joe Pesci comedy. He doesn't do them often, but when he does, I think he's more successful in comedy than maybe Robert De Niro was. I'm not a big Meet the Parents guy. But
this guy doesn't like Meet the Parents.
But I love Analyze This, so I think that makes it even. The Super was a movie that came out in 1991, kind of under the radar. It's pretty funny. I liked it. I like him in it a lot. And then I combined Can't Buy Me Love and The Super with Honors, with Honors, which has both Patrick Dempsey and Joe Pesci. And I thought it was okay. I like Brendan Fraser in it. It's about a kid in Harvard who loses his papers and a homeless guy finds it. And so the homeless guy gives him a page of it back at a time, his thesis, if he gets like food or clothes and stuff like that. But as the story goes on, we learn more about the homeless man, and he was actually a highly intelligent person who kind of the war kind of brought chaos into his life, and he became homeless. But the more we delve into the homeless guy's life, the more interesting the story is, aside from Brendan Fraser and all of that. It also has Moira Kelly in it. Normal, which is the movie I think you're referring to, yes, is way better than Mutiny, and I actually had kind of compared the two. Normal is kind of in this idea of really interesting action. I like it more than Nobody, and I think it's crazy that we live in a world where Bob Odenkirk is an action star.
Yeah, that is an interesting.
I can't get over that because he's always going to be Mr. Show to me, and he did a lot of 90s comedy stuff, side stuff.
I mean, even when you if you just take like his 2 best known roles, as it were, which are Mr. Show and Better Call Saul, Yeah, none of it really says action hero.
Yeah, like I wonder when and where that transition happened. Nobody's okay. Like I like it just fine, but Normal was really interesting because it's him against the whole town, and I thought that was kind of a cool idea. And I feel like we've had this idea before, but I can't put my finger on.
Wait, like a small town.
He's a sheriff that finds himself in a situation where the whole town is trying to break into a bank to get money for their town, and he has to step in between.
I don't know. I mean, it does have a smidge of Hot Fuzz to it.
Yeah. Well, Hot Fuzz, that was a reveal. So imagine that last 10 minutes is the whole Normal movie. But good. But I think I was walking into it not expecting much, and I was pleasantly surprised.
Okay.
Small Soldiers was my... I think subconsciously I didn't realize I was maybe combining Toy Soldiers with Toy Story, and I get Small Soldiers. But there's no such thing as Small Story. There's no movie. A Small Story. And I did this, and I did not like it as much as I wanted to. And it actually doesn't have the best track record either. But
Will doesn't like Joe Dante.
But no. So
Will hates Joe Dante.
I was just going to say, step back. The two words that sold me were Joe Dante. Jerry Goldsmith's doing score. Dick Miller, of course, is in it. Richard Picardo, whatever. He's in it. So there's a lot of Joe Dante in there. It does feel very Gremlins-esque, but there's something about these toys that are violent in nature, and it doesn't translate well, I don't think, to film. This has I believe it has kind of a following as well, but the human actors and characters I loved a lot. So like there is Jay Moore and David Cross as a pair of they're the toy makers, and they make this movie interesting, but there's not enough of them. There's not enough of the human characters that make it interesting, except for the kids, which is Kirsten Dunst and this other kid. But Phil Hartman's in it for a second. Every time the human characters come on, I kind of, it's pretty entertaining, but it's about these toys, and the toys are lack of personality.
Hey, do you like Rocky and Bullwinkle?
I am not familiar with them, but I actually did see the movie back in the day. So what's the connection there?
I was just wondering, do you like Rocky and Bullwinkle, the movie?
The movie, kinda, yeah. I don't remember it much. That's Jason Alexander and Famke?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
Oh, it was just a chat. Do you like Looney Tunes Back in Action?
No, I haven't seen it, and I'm seeing it tomorrow. By the way, thanks for bringing that up, because tomorrow I am doing David Rosen's Piecing It Together podcast for Coyote versus Acne. So in preparation, I'm finally going to see The Day the Earth Blew Up, and I'm finally going to see Looney Tunes Back in Action. I've actually been waiting to see Looney Tunes Back in Action for this.
Crap, I think I have Thrashers tomorrow night.
Oh, that's a bummer. I was kind of hoping you would make it. Well, it's early. It's at 6:30.
Oh. Well, I don't know if I can make that.
Okay. Well, If anybody is available in Las Vegas, I will be at the Galaxy Theaters in the Boulevard Mall at 6:30 to watch Coyote versus Acne, finally, which is getting great reviews, by the way.
Yeah.
And I'm going to speak on it afterwards. So come see your boy. And then my last movie, of course, I watched last night, The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. Absolutely loved it. I dig these movies that Burt Reynolds did in the late 70s, like all the ones with Dom DeLuise in him. And to me, this was kind of that, even though I did it in celebration of Dolly Parton. But she does sing I Will Always Love You at the end of it. And
is it a full musical?
Yeah, it's a full musical, which I wasn't expecting. But it's great. It's a great musical. I loved it. I thought it was great. And rest in peace, Dolly Parton. And that was my 12 movies of the week. I did make a list, and a very, very great, I'm really proud of this list. Best movies about time travel. I gave myself a rule.
Wait, hold on. Okay.
Hold on. Okay.
All right.
Let me explain.
Explain, yeah.
Not the best movie, but the best usage of time travel, like in a movie.
Okay.
So there might be some really bad movies on here, but I loved what they did with the idea of time travel. For example, you'll notice that Terminator Genisys is higher than any Terminator movie. In no world would Terminator Genisys naturally be better than any Terminator movie, but it's the only time that Terminator used time travel to go back and forth instead of just back. I thought Butterfly Effect. Okay, guys, if you see this list, tell me what I'm missing, because I know I'm missing stuff that I haven't seen, but I'm wondering what else. I didn't include anything cryogenically frozen. So, for example, Austin Powers is not on here, but Austin Powers 2 is.
I don't see Terminator Genesis.
Right here.
Oh, gosh.
Really horrible movie, but they finally used time travel to go back and forth, and I think that's what hurt the franchise, to be honest with you. Butterfly Effect, I think, was my favorite usage of how they time travel, which was consciously. I thought that was awesome. And then I have movies in their sequels, like Back to the Future Part 2, I put higher than Part 1, because really, Back to the Future 1 and 3, they go back in time and they get stuck there. But Part 2, he's all over the place. I like these sequels that come out of the blue that use time travel. Like, for example, Ninja Turtles 3, out of the blue, uses time travel. X-Men Days of Future Past, out of the blue. Men in Black 3, out of the blue, time travel. Any of these have you seen or like? Or
I've seen most of these. I don't know. I don't really have many thoughts on
this. Is, by the way, this is a list that is constantly being arranged, so it's not a final list. But
do you have Time After Time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Army of Darkness was the one that I almost forgot.
Well, you've got you need Beyond the Infinite 2 Minutes. I haven't seen that one.
I've never even heard of that.
I've heard of Beyond the Infinite 2 Minutes. I have not watched it.
The only one that I have seen that I didn't put on here because I just don't remember it and I would rather see it again is Primer.
Yeah, Primer fucking rules something fierce.
Yeah, I got to see that again.
Oh, this one's probably already on my watch list.
But I love time travel movies, and these are, I mean, this is a list that's ever growing, but
I like Predestination because it's fucked up.
Oh, that's, you know, it's like one of my top 20 favorite movies. Well, we talked about this.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Frequency, End of Oak Street.
What have I not seen? Let's see here.
So you never seen The Final Bill and Ted?
No.
Oh, it's great.
I don't care.
Ah, it's interesting.
Yeah, just those 4 I haven't seen.
I didn't put About Time on there. I've never seen it. I didn't put The Time Traveler's Wife on there. I've never seen it. I'm still on the fence about time loop movies. So, for example, I have Edge of Tomorrow on there, but I didn't put Groundhog's Day on there. The reason being is Edge of Tomorrow, we get an explanation as to why there's a time loop. We get an explanation that there's a malfunction in the machines and he's near it, and I forget what the exact reason is, but that's a reason why he's stuck in this. Groundhog's Day, we never get a reason, so we don't know exactly why he's repeating the same day over and over.
That's an interesting logic to apply.
Because I was reading about it, and they were like, cryogenically frozen movies don't count because it's a biological thing, and they're just frozen, and then they wake up in the future. So I don't know if Groundhog's Day or what's the other one, Source Code, kind of falls into this.
Yeah.
But Edge of Tomorrow, we get an explanation, and it is not a biological explanation.
I'd actually outplace Looper higher. I really like the idea of like the mob using time travel to get rid of bodies. I think that's a phenomenal concept.
Daniels is great in that.
And Donnie Darko is a really strong time travel movie, partially because it's so weird and such a like hard to explain type of time travel. I don't remember what's anything special about Days of Future Past.
Days of Future Past, a rogue is able to transfer Wolverine to the past, and so it's the combination of X-Men First Class and the X-Men we know now, because he's never able to age. He's able to go back and forth, and so that's kind of I thought that was a really interesting concept.
I see. What about Endgame puts it so far up?
Oh, I love this. Okay, so Endgame is the example that I was saying, where we'll get a sequel for a movie, and it's almost like they're like, well, we don't know what else to do. Let's just do time travel. This is the best example of this, because we're able to go back and see them in their other movie. And it makes sense, too, where the Infinity Stones are. And And it was kind of a nice, interesting setup. And in order for us to take an hour out of this 3-hour movie to revisit 4 different locations from their point of view, and so I dug that.
Okay. Okay. As a fan service thing, that does.
Yeah,
that
I
does
thought
work.
it was really cool. It actually made the movie for me. Then you get movies like Star Trek and Terminator Genesis, where they use time travel to basically retell their whole story. Sometimes this works in the sense of Star Trek and Star Trek Into Darkness. I guess it kind of works. Sometimes it really doesn't pay off as well, like Terminator Genesis, I don't think. I will get absolutely destroyed on here for saying I am just not a fan of Hot Tub Time Machine at all. And I think that a lot of people like that for some reason.
I mean, I feel like my general fan group does not give a shit.
Okay, cool.
You're missing Time Crimes.
Never seen it.
Oh, you got to watch Time Crimes.
Time Crimes or Time Bandits. I've never seen either.
You got to watch Time Crimes. Time Crimes. It's kind of maybe Looper adjacent. I don't know how to describe it, but it's a really beautiful and like just strong, a little violent time travel movie. A lot of dealing with past selves and like having multiple versions of yourself running around, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Highly recommend Time Crimes. I can't think of any other good time travel movies off the top of my head.
Click was an interesting one. I was like, I don't know if that works or not, but I think it does because he uses his remote control to go into the future or into the past. And
ooh, a good. Oh, fuck. I'm trying to think.
By the way, don't like Butterfly Effect. The execution's not the best, but I just love this idea of he's able to time travel consciously, and it actually affects his brain because it'll add memories when he comes back.
I like Butterfly Effect all right. I really wish they used the umbilical cord ending.
Oh, yeah. I know that ending. Yeah, I would have loved that ending, too.
That would have been chef's kiss. And then there's a movie, and I don't know why my brain is not working today, but there's a movie about a documentary film crew that goes back in time and documents slavery. Goodbye, Uncle Tom.
Took my idea. That's a really cool idea.
I don't think they don't ever explain the time travel. I don't know if that counts against it. But it's just a documentary crew goes back in time and documents slavery.
That's funny. That's interesting.
Which I believe was put out. I don't remember who put it out, actually.
Can we scroll down a little bit? I just want to see what else. End of Oak Street's the most recent edition, which that is time travel. They're taking a world and traveling it. Oh, Indiana Jones was probably another one of the worst examples of a random sequel doing time travel.
So what was the problem with Time Cut?
Oh, it's horrible.
Okay.
It's you would not dig that movie.
Tenet is way too low.
I always said, and especially when I walked out of this movie, I always feel like when I watch a Christopher Nolan movie, sometimes I feel like I'm taking some kind of a psychology class that I'm failing. That's what I felt like with Tenet. Tenet, I walked out and I was like, bro, I can't with him anymore. Because I don't understand it. I've seen it 2 or 3 times, and it's just beyond me. Somebody told me to take Deadpool 2 off the list, but I don't think that's fair because Cable does time travel, but we don't go with. They were saying that if the audience doesn't travel with them, it shouldn't be counted. But if the plot wouldn't be able to exist without time travel, I think we should count it.
That's fair.
But yeah, if anybody... So 2 things for audience participation. If anybody can think of movies, time travel movies I should check out or aren't on this list, I would like to know. It's one of my favorite genres. Also, I wanted to include our audience in saying, because we've had a lot of losses this month or this year in particular, who's the one person, if they passed away, you would freak out, you would flip your lid?
Oh.
I know mine. So first off, Timothy Olyphant or Jim Carrey go, I'll be upset. But if Christopher Lloyd, which is probably around the corner here, when they announce his passing, I'll be devastated.
You know, I was going to say Lloyd Kaufman.
Oh, yeah, and
one.
that's probably not too far off.
Yeah, that one will devastate me.
But yeah, guys, who if they passed away would you be absolutely devastated about? That's my question of the week.
All right, keep those comments sad, boys and girls. Make us feel depressed. Let's hear about the people you don't want to see die in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to check out the Patreon. Patreon.com/Michael Keene. You can go there. You can find out more about what's going on with Amityville Bong. You can get other stuff eventually when I'm back on the YouTube game. I've got some exciting stuff planned for next year. And yeah, you'll be able to get all kinds of like lengthier, whatchamacallit. I'm really selling it for you here. All kinds of stuff on the Patreon. You can go to a Discord server that's barely used anymore. It's just great. So go do that and check out check out my movie The Head on Tubi, and then review it on Letterboxd. We're at 98 reviews on Letterboxd. Let's make it 100 and then just stop, I guess. Will, anything to say to our glorious fans?
No, if you guys are going to see Coyote versus Acme anyways, come see with us tomorrow night. That's about it.
All right. And with that being said, I'm going to call it. This has been KEENEAM. And until next time, guys, go watch a movie.
Go watch a Tim Curry movie.
Go watch a Tim Curry movie. What?